quick stop off. You saw the rent sign, 65. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the color contrast. Isn't it beautiful? I just wanted to show you the water and development here. It's right down the road from Right D Flyer by the airport there. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to be full-time yet part-time? Is it possible? A full-time, part-timer? I think a band could stay here. Is there a rehearsal spot? I don't know how to get out of there. I just wanted to show you around because I always thought this was neat. The different colors. There's a couple developments that I saw since I was here visiting in 2009 and when I moved here, of course. And I always find homes like that very fascinating with different colors. Look at this water spray. Show you here. Look at the trees. I haven't figured out yet if I'd love to live in a situation like this with beautiful homes or to live in a house again. I think I'd kind of like to live in a house. Responsibilities. Possible to share a beautiful house with people who are serious about doing music? Or do you think there's a lot more challenges in doing that? I'll get out of the car up here and I'll show you the water. Look at this. It's gorgeous. We'll turn around here really quick and get out. I would love the opportunity to go sightseeing at different houses, properties, places like this. Isn't it gorgeous? There's 2 men in a truck. You can move my furniture in today. How you doing? This is the company that helped me to move when I got my apartment. Yes. Can I tell you something? Austin Springs Boulevard. I want to keep my fingers crossed someday, maybe. Did you ever want your name to be a street? What do you think? No? No, my far-fetched VCAT Boulevard. Tracilyn. I want my name somewhere that's very meaningful to me. And to others, of course. That's gorgeous. Imagine coming home to a place that has that going on. It's gorgeous. Let's walk up here quick. Grass embankment. I love to be by the water. They have a swimming pool over here. Gotta stand back because the wind's blowing and the water kind of spritzing me. I like that. I need to get myself a camera that can be water resistant proof. Is that what it is? Anyway, I saw that and I wanted to share it with you. I like to see beautiful landscapes, beautiful homes, beautiful creations. go. And there's the flag, my favorite flag in the whole world. Okay, we're off. Love you. I wanted to show you something really quick. Wow, the car's still on. Here we go. Check this out. Look at the size of this dog. Wasn't that cute? It was very cute. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. or whoever put that out there. We appreciate that. It's very, very cute to see when you're driving down the road. Hello, hello. This is Tracilyn, and I now have sunblock on. I forgot to put sunblock on earlier. I wasn't expecting that it would be as exciting as it was at the Right Beat Flyer. I really thought I would be sharing a little bit in the shade and then going inside and sharing with you a little bit of what it was like for me to volunteer at the Right Beat Flyer Museum. However, Sam took us on a wonderful journey, and it was very informative. I got to sit on the brown bird. I got to ride in the golf cart and see the brown bird fly. See the other jets take off, or the planes. I don't know what charter planes. I don't know the proper terminology, but I sure would like to learn a little bit. With that being said, I am here at a very, very crucial and valuable location. Look at the mirror. Ta-da! Wanted to make sure, is my lipstick smeared? How's that? On my teeth? Here's the thing, check this out. Here's my notes. Not very many, right? Right now I'm at Mount Olive Baptist Church, which is located at 502 Pontiac Avenue, Dayton, Ohio, 45417. I'm not 100% sure at this point unless I get the opportunity to speak with somebody, or maybe I'll try to go in the church. I always like to seek approval first if I'm going to be videotaping. Some people do not appreciate that, or maybe not in the moment, maybe at a later time. I don't know how they would feel about it here or not, but can I tell you something? I remember right here at this tree. Should I get out of the car? I'll get out of the car and I'll talk to you about it. There we go. We can just unplug that for now. GPS, we will be back hopefully within, let's time this, less than 20 minutes. Okay, come on. I got one more spot I would like to share with you before I go home and eat. Tracilyn has not eaten all day. Just a little bit of breakfast. This was the place that played a very important factor when I first came out here. Obviously, I was an adult entertainer. I was an escort. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was with a lot of friends. Okay? And with that being said, can I tell you, I spoke very openly with my physicians. Very openly with my physicians. All of them. And when I would go in to have blood drawn to be tested for STDs, you know, things like syphilis, that's not, I don't think that was with blood, but syphilis, gonorrhea, HIV, and I guess a few other things. And the reason that is because the life that I was living, I was always safe. And if you're out there, if you ever feel the pressure of others that are trying to convince you to be protection free, can I tell you, if they say don't use a condom, it's not, in my opinion, it's not somebody you really want to be with. Okay, unless they're willing to go with you, and even then it's kind of for both parties, something to consider. If they're willing to go with you, have blood drawn, make sure that everything checks out okay, you come out what they call clean as a whistle. And can I tell you, I was really, really, really nervous. Why? Because I was with a lot of people. I'm going to tell you, over 1,000 people. That's a lot of people to be with in a very select few years. So at that time, I would say within a year and a half, close to 2 years, that's a lot of people. Tracilyn stayed busy, and can I tell you, there's part of me that really, really, really wanted to get out of it, and there's part of me that enjoyed a lot of what being an adult entertainer can provide. A much different life than I was accustomed to as a child growing up. And I had a lot of expenses. I was taking care of a child, a home that I had. I was trying to transition. I didn't have health insurance. I don't think so. I might have at that time, but I don't think so. I didn't here in Ohio. And with that being said, there's a list of other things, business expenses, they call it overhead, traveling, for transportation, posting ads, promotional stuff, clothing, outfits. And I like to treat myself to New York City, and I didn't want to be a burden on anyone when I was there for the weekend, or if I had a day in a big city. I just wanted to be Tracilyn and enjoy the weekend or the evening. And I used to enjoy going to beaches. I can deal without some of it maybe right now. I got a tan, you see that? I have what's called a farmer's tan. You know what that is? Show me your farmer's tan. They ought to have a national Show Me Your Farmer's Tan Day. Hopefully it wouldn't upset the farmers. But with wearing clothing, he got kind of striped. And I used to be very careful about trying to be at one in a blend, or let's face it, we like a little bit of tan lines. Do you? Do you like little tan lines? Do you like big tan lines? Or do you like no tan lines at all? You like to have a tan skin, darker skin, very light skin? I met some people that like a very pale skin. What do you think of that? Depends who we are. I usually prefer just a little bit. And I'll tell you why. Because as a transsexual female, when I wear a bikini top, especially during intimate encounters, when I remove that top and I'm with somebody, maybe it's, can I say, it helps to accent my shapes a little bit. Because I'm shaped a little bit uniquely different than a genetic girl, if you will. So that really helps out for me. It really helped out, and I like it. It's something that I really wanted ever since I was a child. Tan lines, like whether it be my mother, my sisters, or other girls that I met, crossed paths with. Are you like that? Do you know anybody who is like that? Is that kind of crazy? Maybe? A little bit? Oh, this is the tree that I parked in a parking space, which really I could have parked right here, I guess, today. And I remember I was in deep thought. Do you think I was praying, meditating thoughts in my head? I was really nervous about going in here to be tested. How much can one person explore or to do, yet come out unscathed? And let me tell you something. I came out with a lot of emotional, thank goodness, in this area. I'll never forget when I received the results. I was extremely thankful. And I knew after that, and I was trying to talk to my doctors and stuff, I always did. They knew that I wanted to not necessarily settle down, but I really would like to be with someone special. and stay focused on life's passions. Maybe be someone special's fantasy person. You know, maybe more than that, like a good friend, best friend. How about best friend? Yes, best friend, best friend. Best friends do all kinds of things together. So, I came here, I drove down this road out here, and it was funny because I remember stopping over here by these trucks. There was a forklift driver. The day that I first came here, there was a forklift driver, which today, same thing. I don't know if it's the same gentleman. Hi. If it's the same gentleman, but he was very kind. I stopped and I asked him, I told him on my GPS, I can't seem to find the church that I'm going to. And he helped me and he showed me how to get here. So I was really nervous. My GPS wasn't picking up the church, or I missed it for some reason. But I remember, if you look at the neighborhood here, I was thinking, wow, this reminded me of something that maybe might be more acknowledged to have the appearance of a neighborhood like that of, please don't be upset when I say this, but like a Mississippi blues kind of town. Suburban area, neighborhood. Is that it, neighborhood? I really think the scenery to it is absolutely gorgeous. I like all kinds of sceneries, by the way. Luxurious ones. They're all luxurious, right? Tracilyn needs to be careful of what she says. They're all luxurious. But as a blues, somebody who really loves and appreciates the blues, I remember coming here and thinking this was a unique atmosphere, and maybe I ought to try to capture some video for my next music video at this location, because this has a nice setting. Let's see. So I parked here in this spot, getting ready to go into the church. Obviously, I like to be honest. I didn't know what they would think of me when I showed up, and when they have, if I'm not mistaken, they had a questionnaire that I had to fill out. It was a free offering to me and to people. So for the community, you could be tested for STDs. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't every single one of them, or it might have been at the time. I'd have to look. I have the paper at home yet in my filing cabinet. I look at it once in a while, and every time I do, I just remember I am thankful. I am thankful that it is an experience that I've been through, and I came out just fine. I think God was with me. God was for me, keeping me safe, keeping me healthy. Most certainly. I can't explain any other way why. I had a standard, my standard, and one of them was I always, especially for anal penetration, I'm a transsexual female, always use a condom. Whether top or bottom, I'm a bottom. Is that too informative? All right. So, with that being said, and I'm actually let me just say that I'm certain of that, and I am. It feels good to be able to share that, because our whole life, it seemed like it was such a taboo thing to talk about. And for me, it's a relief that I can actually speak openly about it. In my opinion, it's a great blessing to accept that part of your life and acknowledge the fact that you enjoy it. And that's how I know, without upsetting anyone else, that's how I know that I appreciate tops. Very much. I'm not shy about it. So, here we go, out back. And maybe I'll talk a little bit more, just showing you the church. Look at the landscape back here. I ought to check it out quick. We might be able to do some video here, I don't know how you feel. I don't want to show the cameras in too much. Look at that, Coffee's towing. Coffee's Towing. Never heard of that. It's a pretty neat name. Like that. Coffee's Towing. I wonder if he's always ready with the company. Jojo visit. So here's the thing. I don't know if we're going to get to go inside the church, but I wanted to tell you that I wanted to share this location with myself, with you, whoever's interested, knowing that this church was a huge blessing in my life. I remember I did research online, and it was challenging for me to find places where I could be fully tested. You are not. How you doing? Great, thank you. From what I remember, I was looking for places that I could go that I could be fully tested for absolutely everything when it comes to sexually transmitted diseases. And this one at least offered the HIV test and maybe a few others. The lady that was here at the time in 2009 was very, very, very kind. And if you ever come across this video, you know I'm still alive. By God's grace, I'm still clean. I hope I'll always stay that way. And it's even one of more reasons because I understand. You know, I do understand. And that's why I would like to, that's something I can offer in a relationship to someone that's special to me. You know, I really want to be committed to one person when it comes to intimacy. If for any other reason, that. But there's a lot of other reasons that have nothing to do with it. It's just kind of personality I am. How you doing?
Can I help you?
Yes, do you mind being on camera at all?
What is this for?
I just wanted to ask, you don't want to be on, okay, I'll hold it this way. I just wanted to find out, are you still doing STD testing here or no more?
It depends, like on the last Thursday of the month.
Okay.
Between the third and the fourth Thursday.
Okay.
They usually have a truck out here.
Do they really?
Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. And can I ask you, does it do a full STD screening or is it just specifically for HIV?
I know it's mainly for HIV.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. In 2009, I do video tutorials online. I'm a recording artist.
Okay.
And when I first came out here to Dayton, Ohio in 2009, I was an escort. I was homeless. I'm a transsexual female. When I came out in 2007, I was going through a lot of hard times in the process of losing my home. I had to live on the road, and let me tell you, I had quite the challenging life. But here's the thing. I was really nervous to be tested for STDs when I first came out here in Ohio. And this place, this facility, played a huge role in a blessing in my life.
Praise God.
Yes. They given me the test, everything checked out okay.
Okay.
And things have come a long way since then.
Yeah.
So I'm no
Very
longer
long way.
escorting.
Okay, very
No
good.
longer doing that.
Okay.
So I want to thank you for offering that blessing to our community here in Dayton.
You're welcome. We'll let Pastor Williams know that. What's your name?
Tracilyn.
Tracilyn. It's
Yes.
a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Okay. All right.
thank
We'll
you.
come by and come to service sometime.
Okay.
Pastor is still doing the same things with the HIV community and
Is he?
awareness, and yes, he is.
That's fantastic.
Yes, he is.
All right.
All right.
Before I get going, I would like to actually, could I give you a gift? It's a CD. Do you like music?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I'm going to give her a music CD. Okay. So I gave them a CD and a business card and let them know that I am forming a rock and roll ministry. I'm looking forward to doing live performances and public engagements of speaking time, sharing my life story. I want to get a kind of video footage of the church and then we're going. Here's the church. So we'll run around here really quick. I can't remember if I went in this top door or if I went down here in the side door. That's where it was. So, we're getting around the Okay, we are on the road again, and this is the place. Right about there, where I ended up speaking to the forklift driver who gave me directions there. I really like driving back on this road. I love railroad trains, by the way, railroad beds. Like that a lot. Strong appreciation for that. Okay, and I'll get back to you when we get to the next facility. Ciao. Okay, last stop off for today is the Gospel Mission. This is another facility. Back in 2009, when I was doing my community service, I volunteered here to help out with providing meals to people in need. Some of them homeless, going through some challenges. And I was really blessed because the lady, the husband and wife that originally owned the house I showed in Huber Heights, volunteered at this church often, and they invited me to come here and help out as well. So Daddy helped me to get connected here, and can I tell you, I am very grateful for that. I just want to show the church, stop in, see if anybody's inside. There was somebody special that I seen in a photograph when I was on their website that I used to talk to back in 2000. Oh, I mentioned that I met him at Walmart. I mentioned that I met him at Walmart my first day at the register, and while I was doing collecting information as far as the addresses and locations of the places that I served at, I seen a picture of him on their website eating. So I thought that was, it was pleasant to me to see. I don't know how long ago the photo was taken, but maybe they have some insight and have seen him lately. I'd like to talk to him if he's out here. Still in Dayton, I mean, if he's still in Dayton. So here's the front of the church. Before I record any more, I'm going to walk over and speak to someone and find out if it's possible to go inside. If it's not, then I'm just going to head home and edit my videos, eat something, and post them online. Okay, that's what I'll be doing today and maybe tomorrow. I have a few more places that I want to show, and then I'm going to get back into enjoying the summer and working on my music. Maybe we'll post a few updates every once in a while with my smartphone. They have a bike rack. I like their sidewalk a lot. And their flowers. Look at the lighthouse. I wonder if it lights. It does light up. Look at this.